change my insurance because they talked about Medicare, and I went, wait a minute, I don't get to keep the insurance I have right now, do I? It's all going to change. And I didn't know that much about Medicare, so I had to look into Medicare. And in looking into Medicare, I found that there's a lot of things that are necessities to us that are not covered by Medicare. Liposuction is not covered by Medicare. Compression garments are not covered by Medicare. So that really has me have to stop and think, because I had just started probably a few months before that actually wearing custom garments. I'd been wearing just off-the-shelf garments for years. And I thought, I'm going to be responsible for this. So it made me have to stop and think, am I ready to retire? I might be ready in all the other areas, but that medical area, which is the most important area right now for me, I'm not ready. So that made me have to stop and take a look and really kind of reevaluate retirement for myself. I'm 64, and I probably will still be working until I'm 67, just in order to get the things done that I want to get done. If I want to get liposuction, if Medicare is not going to pay for it, I would really prefer to have my insurance pay for it than to take it out of my pocket. So, it really has me starting to think and just kind of change the place where I was at, where I was ready to retire. It's like, let's hang out there for a few more years. And I have the advantage, I work at home, so the longest walk is from my bedroom to the office on the other side of the house. So that gives me a big advantage. If I were out there daily driving around doing all of that, I might make another choice. Okay, I have nothing to disclose. No financial disclosures, that is. Okay, now this is, I might have you guys stand up and say this. We're a new breed. We're not our grandparents 50, we're not our grandparents 60, and we're not our grandparents 70. We're a new generation. I remember when my grandfather retired, they didn't do much after they retired. And when my parents retired, same thing. We're not that breed. We're not that retirement breed. We are the new breed. We're the baby boomers. Baby boomers have changed the world. And I know that we're going to continue to change the world as we move into retirement. I'm at the lower end of the baby boomers. So we're still changing the world. Everyone before us has set a great pace, and we're still moving and shaking. We're still movers and shakers. We live life to the fullest. And I personally, and I hope everyone in this room accepts this, that you're not going to take a diagnosis of a fat disorder that will not hold us back. Let me say that again. A diagnosis of a fat disorder will not hold us back. So would you guys like to say that? Okay. We're a new breed. We live life to the fullest. And a diagnosis of a fat disorder will not hold us back. Thank you, thank you. I mean, that's just something that we always have to keep in mind. Okay, so as I talked about, the first thing that really got me thinking about this was the medical coverage. What is it that I'm going to need that's different than what I need before retirement? And the first thing that I thought about, the very first thing, was having my medical team in place. I mean, I have my doctor that I've had for over 20 years. I have a great MLD therapist. I see Dr. Herbst. Dr. Eicher is in town. I'm from Los Angeles. Dr. Eicher is in Santa Monica. I've seen her occasionally. So I felt like I had a great support group there. And then I got news 10 days ago that my doctor, my internist, my general practitioner, is retiring. And I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to start all over. I'm gonna have to interview doctors, I'm gonna have to tell them about lipedema, I'm gonna have to tell them about all the treatments, and once I say the word internet, they're gonna go, oh, fake disease. And then I found out that my doctor is just really gonna refer us to someone. She's gonna be there with me when I talk to someone new, because I'm part of the UCLA system, so she's gonna be there, and that gave me some comfort. That gave me a great deal of comfort to know that I'm not going to have to do this on my own, that it is substantiated in my records, and that she will talk to the doctor and say, yes, she has this disease, and I've been working with her. My doctor knew nothing about lipedema. After I was diagnosed by Dr. Eicher, I went back to my doctor, and actually my doctor was the one who got me to Dr. Eicher through a series of events, through going through UCLA's wound treatment, UCLA's diabetes clinic, finally got me to a lymphedema therapist that told me about Dr. Eicher. I was diagnosed in 2008, so it's been a long time that I've been living with this. And just having the comfort of knowing that I had a doctor that believed in me, understood what was going on, that was really great for me. That was a great, great foundation for me to have. Also seeing Dr. Herbst, I saw her actually when she was in San Diego, and then I've been seeing her now on a more frequent basis now that she's in Arizona. So medical coverage, that's real important. That's really something that I really feel we have to take a look at and make sure we have everything covered. So let's see. Stay active. I want you to, and me, to stay more active. Water aerobics, I know I don't like getting in the pool, I don't like showing my legs, but I know that that's the best thing for me. Walking, I mean, I can just, because I work at home, I can go and walk in the neighborhood during the day. There's not a problem. Whatever form of exercise works best for you. I wanted to thank our presenter before, the yoga. I mean, that is just, you can just sit in a chair and just relax yourself. And as she showed us what it's doing to our body and how it's helping to assist our body. Did everyone try the vibration plate out there? I mean, I've heard about them. I've never actually been on one. I felt really energized after being on that one yesterday, so that's something that I'll add in. There's just so much that we can do. There's just so much that, we should be taking care of ourselves, because self-care, I recognize that self-care, it can be one of the most difficult things, but it's also the most important thing for us. So stay active, water sports, walking, vibration plates, whatever it is you do that keeps you active, just keep doing that. Stay connected. Friends, I made a point of telling a few of my friends what is actually going on with my body. Not everybody knows. People still talk to me about diets and why don't you try this? And when I told them I'm on the keto diet, they're like, oh no, don't do that. And it's like, but it's working for me, and they're still like, oh no, don't do that. But I'm thinking I'm losing weight, so, I've become very selective as to who I talk to about that. But let someone in your life, let them know what you're going through. I tell my friends constantly, I told them when I was speaking here, that it was just something that I felt I wanted to do because I love this community. I love the fact that I'm a part of this community, and I want to give back to this community. And this is such a support, coming to the conferences, having the Facebook groups. I said, start a Facebook group yourself. Start your own support group. Be a part of the Facebook groups. From every gambit, from exercise to prayer. I see groups with lipedema groups with various different topics. So become involved in those. Keep yourself busy. Keep yourself active. Don't isolate yourself. Be sure to be a part of something, even if it's over the internet. I realize there's no physicality, there's no touch, but still, there is a connection that you have. And I think that we should all try and maintain those connections. New way of thinking. Oh, let me just go back to starting your own support groups. If you find people in your areas, in your area where you live, I live in Los Angeles, we're spread out across the state, but there's still a way for us to be connected, even if it's just having lunch with someone that lives, I know there's a few people out here that live in Orange County, having lunch with somebody maybe on a monthly basis, just doing something like that. Just involving yourself with another person that has the same thing going on, so that you can have those conversations about what's going on with your body. I know that brings me comfort. That brings me comfort when I'm able to talk to someone else that knows what I'm going through. Starting your own support groups, I just talked about that. The new way of thinking. Again, self-care. We have to be the most important thing in our lives. I was a caregiver for my mom before she made her transition, and I lost myself in that. I really did. So now I know that I'm number one. I can't lose myself in anything else or anyone else again. I have to take care of myself because it starts at early in the morning and goes till whenever I fall asleep. And it's constantly making sure the right food, making sure I have my compression on, getting exercise, yoga, and I don't know if it sounds like I'm saying it's a burden, because it's not a burden, because I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of me, and when you do that, you're taking care of yourself, and we're the most important things. So, stay open to new and innovative ways of living with a fat disorder. When I was diagnosed, I remember Dr. Eicher said what I had, and then she left the room. And I thought, where's she going? I need to hear more about this. What are you talking about? And she came back in the room with compression stockings. And she said, you need to wear these. So I got the basic information on compression stockings. And in 2008, I think the only thing that was out there were Yahoo groups. And I think that was one Yahoo group that I knew about. And that there were people from all over the world. And that was a way that I found out about the different types of compression. I found out about surgeries in Germany. I mean, I found out a lot of different things that no one here had told me. So just be open. I know we don't really, the internet has a lot of stuff on it, but I think with Lipedema Foundation, FDRS, there's enough credible information from there that it gives us a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new way of living with the fat disorder. Let's see. Take care of yourself. I'm still going to keep coming back to that. Take care of yourself. I didn't know how much self-care really meant until I was able to do it, until I was able to take care of myself. So just make yourself your first priority, and everything else around you will just fall into place. I'm turning my page up here, but here, let's see. What is your why? I heard this in a class. Actually, it was an active shooters class. And it was, I'm glad you guys laughed at that. I was a little hesitant about saying that, but it was an active shooters class, sorry. And they said, what is your why? What is your why to get out of that room, to get out of that situation? And the police officer that was doing the class, he showed his family. And then there were some other people that showed different things. And my whys, I have 5 whys. I have more than that, but my 5 main whys are my great-nephews. I have 5 great-nephews. I have Jaron, Lanigan, Nicholas, Caleb, and Colin. And they range from 18 to 3. And my first why was to go to each and every last one of their high school graduations. So it starts this year with Jaron, and then I'm still going to be around when 3-year-old Colin graduates from high school. And I've added another why to that. I'm going to be around when Jaron graduates from college and when little 3-year-old Colin graduates from college. So that's 17 more years. 18 more years. Now, they get advanced degrees, okay. BBB may not be coming to that, but advanced, but high school and college, I got that. I'm going to be here for that because that's really important to me. That is so important to me. My family, my sister, my niece, my nephew, my brother-in-law, they're just so important to me, and family means so much to me. And these 5 little guys, they're just the greatest. So that's my why. So, think about what your why is. Think about why it is that you want to be the best that you can be living with a fat disorder. How is it that you can bring that forth in your life? What is the goal that you have in front of you? What is the goal that you're putting out there in order to be around, to be here, to maintain and live a healthy lifestyle living with the fat disorder. What is your why? So think about that. Take that with you. I keep doing it. I keep turning my page. You guys can see it. Okay, we have a fat disorder. It does not have us. And when I talk about that, and when I think about that, I still come back to that same thing, self-care. We have to take care of ourselves. Make time for it. Make time to take care of yourself. Make time to do the things that are needed. I don't think there's anything that can be emphasized more than that with living with a fat disorder. I think everyone else kind of takes that for granted. They may not think about how much time it takes into getting on their stockings, getting on the compression, or whatever it is that you need to do, getting into the pool, whatever. But we have been given some great tools here today. Meditation, we have the talk on meditation, the artwork, just the talk on yoga. We have been given some great tools here. So I hope that everyone takes some of the things the information that has been given to you from the conference and incorporates that into your life. I really, really think that this conference, like I said, FDRS and everything that encompasses in the lipedema and Durkheim's community, the fat disorder community, that they have really given us tools to just to move forward and not to stay stuck. Because I know when I first got my diagnosis, I thought, I don't know anything about it. No one else knows anything about it. I hear a few things, I hear this, but that world has just opened up so much in the past 10 years. So I just want you to take advantage of it. That's my charge, is for everyone to take advantage of that. Take care of yourself. Take advantage of all of the opportunities that we have, all of the information that we have. So, again, I am just so grateful for this community. That really does wrap up what I have to say. I'm just so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful for the tools and the fact that we have this space to be able to come forward and talk about what we need to talk about, this space where we can feel safe when we talk about, Durkheim's, when we talk about lipedema, when we talk about any fat disorder, and to know that there are people that are working on our behalf. It just makes me feel that navigating the second chapter of my life, that chapter of 70 and beyond, when I'm still going to Colin's graduation in 2000 and whatever, like 2036, that I will be healthy, I will be walking, and I'm going to have the grandest time because of all of the things that are happening around us right now. That's it. Thank you.